I'm going to answer it in two ways. First, I'm going to talk about the challenges. To me, there were three challenges. The first one was the crisis in manufacturing in the US. The second one is the world changed. There was IT and the internet. Suddenly, there was an issue of global competitiveness. Thirdly, the economies were transitioning from an industrial revolution era to the age of the information revolution. So those were what I walked into at the time I became director. And with that, I had to think about what are the things we need to do? What should be our vision and strategy for dealing with this particular environment and bring manufacturing, and this is what this is sort of a Trumpism, make manufacturing great again, make it competitive. And there were actually three stages to this. And maybe I could comment with regard to a couple of them. The first one, when I became director, was how do you build a partnership? Get everybody on the same page. Common vision, language, mutual trust. How about how to define and think about manufacturing, make it win-win for all parties involved. And the last one was to develop a crisis mentality, the urgency of getting things done. And I think, and I hope, that we did that. So once we had that done, then there was a second stage. And the second stage is, how do we take manufacturing and take it, transition it, transfer it from art to science? Okay, and there were two enablers to do this. One was the IT and the internet for information, and then suddenly TQM and Six Sigma. There we're talking about the scientific method. So to get that going, to springboard this, we had a major effort in 1992, which was called the TQM Motorola Initiative, where Purdue is one of 5 universities that were selected to participate in that. Now, I could go into the details of that, but I think that's probably well known. The second was a conference in 1993 on the information highway, Al Gore's phrase. In fact, we even tried to invite him and got a very nice unavailability response. And there we invited and participated with all the major IT companies in the country at the conference here. The question is, did we make this transition successfully? And I think we did, in part, but it was not enough. There was so much information. How do you get it to everyone concerned? And how do you connect everyone to share this information to make better decision making? The second was Six Sigma. Are all our people good, intuitive modelers and statisticians? And the answer is obviously no. So we had a lot more work to do. And so that led us into the third phase. And the third phase was to transition from manufacturing as a science to the factory of the future. Well, what is a factory of the future? I'll say it, maybe people will disagree. Automated, integrated, intelligent, or smart manufacturing systems. And the way that transition is made was, again, with technology. When we think of technology, we think today of the Internet of Things. We think of big data. We think of mobile communications, cloud computing. And that made real-time data available to everyone in the value chain. So that was number one. And number two, we need better decision-making and to augment human decision-making. And so we hear about machine learning, support vector machines, artificial intelligence, and so forth. And that was the key to making this transition, which is a work in progress. Now, what I think is very significant about this is not only is it feasible for large companies to become smart manufacturers, but because of technology, small and medium companies can as well. And I think this is a great opportunity.